Johnny here from Media, and in this video we're going to look at how you can create a basic image to go across any of your social media within your business using a content creation system we love called Canva. So stay tuned. At Media, we help companies grow and thrive using the latest tools, tricks and marketing techniques. From websites to automated sales funnels, social media content and much more. We are constantly releasing new material on our YouTube channel, so make sure you like, subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss out. Feel free to leave any questions in the comments section below. Just before we get going, I want to very quickly tell you about our exclusive offer. We are giving away free access to our paid Hub platform for the first 50 people who click on the link in the description. This offer is going on all of our YouTube videos, so hurry and get your place. Within Hub we have created over 100 training videos in 13 courses. You'll also find recorded webinars and a host of other free content, so remember to click on that link in the description. Let's get on with the video.
So you produce branding documents and now you're ready to produce content within your sales funnel. What next? As you may have seen in our free sales funnel course, great images can have a huge impact on the engagement from the content you produce and so the conversion rates within your funnels. In this lesson, we're going to look at our favourite graphic design tool. It makes amazing content and the images are easy to produce. The tool is of course Canva. We're such big fans of this tool. The main reasons are that it's easy to use and really user friendly. On top of that, all the features you are going to need are free. Only a small percentage of users will need to upgrade to the paid package. The paid package though is still excellent value. In the next two lessons, we're going to look through some examples of content I've made to show you how to use the features within Canva. Here are two images for LinkedIn that I've created in Canva. In lesson 1, we're going to go through the first top image. This is going to go through the basic elements and how you set up a simple image on Canva. In the second lesson, I'm going to go through the more advanced features of Canva and how you can grab the attention of potential leads with more advanced tiles such as this. Let's take a look inside Canva and I'll show you how I created this image. So the first thing you do when you type in Canva to Google and click through is you'll come to this page. Now in this box here is where you type in what size you want your designs to be. Now you can do custom dimensions where you put in any dimensions you want, but it's probably the best practice to just start with the sizes they have. So say for example, you want to do a Facebook ad, event cover, post story. We're going to do just an Instagram because it's a square and that looks really good on LinkedIn as well. So we can put that in. Now we can start from a blank or it's got some designs there as well. Now I am just going to go back and show you one thing before we move on. And that is we've got these parts below and this is what they can look like. We've also got your designs are saved here. So without clicking save or anything, it automatically saves your designs, which is a really nice touch. So we're going to carry on with an Instagram post. So I'm going to click through. I'm going to start with a blank one. These are also Instagram posts that you can start with designing and start with templates, but we're just going to start with a blank one. As you can see here, the first thing that loads up is a completely blank template. Now, if you want to use one of these templates, so the first thing that comes up here, you can have a look through and find one that you like. And if, say, for example, you want to do something about Earth Day Instagram post, you can click See All and have a look through those ones. Or you can click that and search features and choose color, languages, whichever you want. So say for example this one, you want to do a mega sale, you can click on that one and the post will appear there. And then let's say if you wanted to change this part of it, you can click on there and search whatever font you used, or it's got your recently used, so I recently used this one because it's one of our fonts. As you can see, it's changed the font there. Now we're actually going to be designing one from scratch when I show you some of the other features within Canva. So these are the two tiles we're going to be designing, this one first and this one second. And the reason we're doing these two is because it shows you the features within Canva very nicely. So I want a completely blank template. So I'm just going to click these buttons at the top. Now you can add notes to it. You can move the position of your tiles. And you can do up to 100 of these tiles on one of them. So I'm going to click this, which is going to copy it, but I'm then just going to quickly go through and delete everything, so I'm starting from scratch. Okay, and there's my completely blank template. I'm going to end up, hopefully, by producing this. Now, the first thing I've got are these boxes around the outside. So I'm going to need to create a shape. So on the left here, you can see you've got photos, elements, text, music, videos, backgrounds, uploads, and folders. So the first thing I'm going to do is create an element. Now the element, you can see I've got the recently used ones up here, but what I want is a shape. You can click See All to click See All. And as you scroll over them, you'll see in the bottom right, it comes up as free. Now, some of them are paid items, but there's more than enough stuff on Canva to keep you going for free. So if I click on that, and it's free, I can then just drag it and move it around. Now you'll see, say if I put it in the center, it almost like clicks in. So those lines appeared when I've got it completely centered up. But I want it on this side, and I want a little border around the outside like that as well. So I'm going to try and get it lined up. Now it's sometimes quite hard to do with the mouse. So what I can do is switch to the keys, and you can see if I'm moving the keys there, it is going to line up kind of exactly where I want it. So I want it just a little bit more to the left maybe. Okay, that's looking pretty good to me. All right, now you can see here there's quite a large space on the bottom here, so I'm going to want to make it a little bit smaller. So I can obviously either hold the bottom bit like that, or I can drag it like that as well. And that's obviously a center line, so I'm going to want it a tiny bit above the center line. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, now again you see it clicks into place. The only thing I've got to do is get it lined up around the outside. Obviously if you want the whole tile, this is much easier. So if I then, I'm going to get these ones nicely spaced out. Okay, and that looks good. Now next thing I want to do is these exact tiles down here. So I'm going to go over it, I'm going to simply copy and paste. And then I'm going to paste the final one. And this really nicely, you'll see it just clicking into place. There we go, perfectly lining up with all of them. Okay, now that's my 4 tiles done with a bit of the border around them. Now I think this one can cross ever so slightly. Yeah, there we go, that's looking pretty much perfect now. Okay, then to change the color, so I want this one to be a light blue color there. So I'm going to click on that one and click up here and click on this tile up here. So that's where you can see it is color there. So click on color. Now the very nice thing is it already saves the colors that I've got here. So I'm going to want that color. So click on that one. That's going to change it to color there. If I hover over it, you can see the hex code appears. Now if you want to put in a hex code for a color, you can click on the new color. And then in this part here, you can just type in whatever hex code you want and it does the color. But I am just going to use our blue. I'm going to go through and just fast forward this bit while I change all these other colors. Okay, that's looking good as the basic start setup. Now the next thing I'm going to do is put in this bit of text here. So click on this tile to find out more. Now the way you do that is the next one down is a text. So I'm going to click on text, click add a heading. Okay, that's looking good to me. And the first thing I'm going to do is put in the correct font that I want on there so I can start to match it up. Now this font is Josephine Sands. So I'm going to click on it, go into the fonts, and I can either search my font or again it's got the recently used at the top there, so I'm going to click on that. Now I don't want it to be black, I want it to be white, so I can click on the A text color, change it to white, and there we go. And I want on there, click on this tile to find out more. Okay, there we go. Now I can change the font size up here, or I can move this box around. So if I click off it and then hover over it, I can bring the sides in and it starts to fit within this one as well. So I can either go like that to change the font size and put it down. It still doesn't look quite right to me, so I'm going to start playing about with the font sizes. So let's start going up to 48. Okay, let's increase the width of it a little bit. Okay, now you'll see it's not centered. Now if you click back on it, hold it down, and then when those dotted lines come back up, it comes back up into center. So that's looking like a center to me. The only thing maybe I want to do is make this click bold to make it stand out. So I can double click on it, click that, and make it bold. Okay, now that's looking pretty good and nicely centered as well. Okay, now the second one that I'm going to want to put in, I'm going to want to put it in this one in exactly the same way. So I'm simply going to fast forward through this part of the video. Okay, and there we go. So the first two tiles are done, and obviously this one's looking slightly smaller, so you can play around with this one as well. You will notice that the line gap there is quite large, and the line gap here is a lot closer. Now the way I did that was simply just made two lines of text. So this is the funnel course is on its own separate text. I got it lined up below and just moved it with the keyboard just to get it matched up perfectly. All right, now the next thing I want to do is put the logo in here. Now the way you do the logo is you can upload it. So see here where it says upload, you can click on there. And here you can upload an image or video. So if I clicked on that, it would go into my file and I can upload a PNG image or a screenshot or whatever I wanted to put into there as well. So I'm just going to choose a logo quickly. And then with the logo, I can nicely line it up and it will just click into place. And the other thing you can do, if you want this to be a little bit larger, you can click in to hide this bit. Now you can see the tiles go right into the center, but I quite like having these bits out just so you can sort of have a look what you got up, and I like having this bit of side bits, but it's personal preference. Okay, the final bit I need is this here. Now this is another upload. So this is actually this screenshot here. So I'm going to click on this screenshot. And all this is a screenshot that I have uploaded. So I'm then going to get it into the kind of correct place. Now as you see, it's kind of sticking over the edge a little bit. So I'm going to need to crop it, hold down the edges. Okay, and that's starting to look pretty good to me. I'm just going to use the keyboard just to get it properly lined up. Okay, now that's looking fairly good like that. And here, I don't know if I like it too much now, but I did take off just to show you what it looked like when it does that, where it's slightly see-through. So by doing that, you can click on it, click on this one here, which is transparency. You can change this slider, how transparent it is. So let's make it a little bit transparent, say around 70. Okay, and that's tile done. So then I can click this one, which is a download button. So click on there. I don't want it in a video form, I want this as an image form. The only reason it's doing the video form is because this video down here. So I'm simply going to click this, choose a PNG file, which is a high quality image. And I'm going to want to choose the second one because I only want to download the second tile and not the third or the first one. So I'll click on there, click download, preparing the design, takes a second or two. And there we go, that's going to appear in your downloads folder and you can move it to wherever you want. And that's it, it's as simple as that. Now for a PNG image, you can test out, like say if you wanted to set the background of this tile, you can click on the background like that, click on the color and choose a color, whichever color you want to set the background. But it's just relatively easy to come up with an image that looks really, really good on here as well. So feel free, give everything a go and come up with some amazing tiles that stand out.